Hey everyone, welcome to Botland Recap number 29. Normally I recap development, but the last week was largely spent working on game design. Now you may ask, wait, game design? Shouldn't that have been finished long before you started developing? The short answer is yes. The long answer is that we had designed the game, and we even prototyped it over the course of 7 months. We found that the core ideas of customizing bots and writing automation worked well, but players lost interest after about a week. There wasn't enough depth. We thought we understood the problem, and we came up with solutions to address that, but we didn't extensively prototype those solutions. That led to where we are now. It all boils down to one major problem. There's not much you can choose to do during a game of Botland. Having a shallow decision tree is fine if there's some speed or dexterity requirement to the game. For example, in a game like Pac-Man, and I know I'm not comparing apples to apples here, there aren't many decisions to make, but you're the one who has to enact those decisions. However, in an automation game, you've already made a lot of decisions in the form of a script before you even entered the match. The decision you're left with during a match is mostly what bot do you deploy, and this roughly follows a rock, paper, scissors model. If my opponent chooses missiles, then I'll go with reflect so that their missiles will hurt themselves. Then, seeing that I've deployed a reflect bot, they'll put melee in because that can't be reflected, and so on and so forth. We'll go back and forth with this rock, paper, scissors strategy. The problem is that this is not a difficult decision to make, so the skill ceiling of Botland would be relatively low if we stuck with this. There's actually one other decision you could make, which is about buffs, but I don't think it's important to cover for this video. What are we doing because of these issues? Well, we never intended for the beta of Botland to have all the features or polish of the final game, but we did want it to be a fun experience, and I don't think we're there quite yet. We've been coming up with some ideas for how we can improve the experience, and we're going to be prototyping them right away. Our requirements for solutions were pretty simple. Changes to the design need to engage players more by making them think about their strategies, and they can't do so by involving too much speed or dexterity from the player. That would undermine automating your bots, which is really at the core of a game called Botland. Here's what we hope to try out this week. An in-match currency would add a set of decisions around how do I best spend this money. Note that this is not something that is in any way associated with real money at this point. It's just like minerals in a game of StarCraft or coins in a Mario game. A more actionable win condition. Right now in Botland, you can only win a game when you have more kills than your opponents at the end of a set amount of time. This is easy to understand, but if it's clear that you're winning halfway through the match, there's no way to hasten its ending. What we want to prototype is giving each team a fixture to defend, a building, and the only way to win is to destroy the enemy's fixture. This means that if you're well in the lead a few minutes into a game, then you should be able to close out the match. About deploy locations, currently you can only choose what you want to deploy. For example, a missiles and cloaking bot. The where is random. By giving you control over this, you can do things like deciding to pursue a clump of resources on a map that's uncontested. Or maybe you see some weakened enemy bots that are trying to repair themselves, so you deploy close to them to take them out while they're vulnerable. Finally, a death penalty. Right now, you're always forced to have 3 bots in the arena at all times. When you lose one, a new one will be redeployed automatically for you at no cost. This was fine back when you needed to have the most kills at the end of the game, because there was a penalty for dying. It was tied in with points. However, if we change the win condition to destroying the enemy's fixture, then it means that you're not incentivized to keep your bots alive. You could send them all to certain doom and you'd still have 3 right after they all died. The system that we're going to prototype is one where you're given a certain number of deploys every minute for free. So if your bots live for long enough, then they'll end up right back in the arena after they die. However, if they die too quickly, then there will be downtime for you where you only have 1 or 2 bots in the arena. If you want to speed that up, you can spend the in-match currency to do so. If any of the systems I've described sound interesting to you, then by all means join in later this week and help us try them out. It's completely free and anonymous, so just head over to my stream, twitch.tv/Adam13531, probably on Wednesday or Friday if I had to estimate when I'd be done. Thanks for watching and hope to see you guys there. Bye.